Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty. Ho, ho, ho. What's going on, everybody? It's Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. And guys, I am kind of dressed for the occasion. Take a look. We've got the Dr. Seuss sweater going here right now. My sister is watching. That is definitely for you. And of course, Annette, this is the closest I'm going to get to a Santa outfit. You may see this actually next week as well. Hopefully you guys like that. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. That would be a beautiful situation indeed. And we'll definitely get everything going over here. As you can see, everyone is filing in as we speak. Starting off with Brian Rock right there. We're actually going to go up a little bit higher than that, but we're going to see in the chat in terms of who's actually here from the very beginning. Let me bring this on up here right now. Very nice. Michael Domayer, nice sweater. Yes, I'm digging this. I'm digging this. You got to love the Grinch, right? It's all about the Grinch. So I am definitely down with the Grinch indeed. I had to wear this. It's getting closer to the season, so it's all good. So, and I think it kind of matches with the background and everything too. So let me jump on over here and see who is in the house. Starting off at the very top, we've got Lord Darkside. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ernest785, Drew's Food Reviews. Thanks so much for jumping on as always. Have you seen her? Let's see, Annette Cervantes, of course. Thanks so much for jumping on. Tiffany Shields. We have got a lot of peeps in the house here right now. It is a party going on in this lobby, it looks like here. Dom's World, what's going on? Randy Molina, great to see you guys on here. Michael Domayer, I appreciate you. Carl Broussard, The Hills. Lord Darkside, we mentioned at the very top there. Yes, it looks like Peepers is a little shocked at the moment there, Drew, but a little indifferent each week, actually. He's got the same expression. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he's coming down with a cold. I don't know. Let's see. As we're going further on down, see if we can catch in anybody else that is in here. James Morrison, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. It's nice and chilly right here in Southern Cali. I got to tell you, I'm very much down with the weather right now. It's pretty much, the mode is feeling like, you know, my background scenery, the animation going here. Let's see. Lord says, hopefully I'm moving to Florida in the next week or so. Nice. I hope that works out. I hope that works out for you. Definitely. Let's see here. All right, so if some of you guys are asking if I am feeling better, let me just start this off by saying I am definitely better than I was a couple of days ago, but a couple of days ago was another story. I got my third shot, actually, the booster shot, which for me was actually a full dose of my of Pfizer. And I got to tell you, I did not do very well. The first day it was just okay. The next day it was bad. I literally body aches and I was cold and I was really getting a little nervous about it at the same time. I had a massive headache, literally threw off my schedule for editing and just in general for the week. I thought I was going to be better the day after that, and it actually wasn't. It was a little bit better, but it still wasn't 100%. So I was pretty much just sleeping, trying to sleep anyway, for the couple of days from that point. And today is my first real day of just kind of feeling somewhat out, you know, being outside and being able to kind of go out and do some things. But I'm still not quite 100%, but I'm better. That's the important thing. My arm is definitely feeling better where I got my shot. The next day it was unbelievably sore than the second time around. So this was actually the worst time, but thankfully I did not have to film anything. I just kind of let the process do its thing, but man, it was a bad situation. Not trying to deter anyone from not getting that third shot because you need to do it, especially with everything going on right now. But it's a rough couple of days, at least for me. At the same time, I think it kind of brought out a cold I was getting anyway, so I sound a little hoarse, just a little. But at the same time, I'm glad that it's finally past me right now. I'm just trying to keep everything in perspective and move on from it. So, yeah, very uncomfortable. I felt very warm and just very much achy, just weird pains that would kind of hurt in different places all over my body. It was weird. It was very weird. But everything is over now, so we're finally going to get into it tonight anyway, I should say, and I'm glad to be here for you guys because you know I love doing this every week, which is always good when the schedule permits. We're going to be doing a little festive review here as well. I've got a little something to show you as well on top of that. And then we will be ready and rocking and rolling for the weekend here. I'm actually helping my sister on Sunday doing all the smart home stuff that she's going to be getting installed. They're going to be Best Buy is actually going to be coming by her place on Sunday, and I'm going to probably be staying over there for the day and just kind of checking things out and setting things up or helping whatever they're going to be doing. Should be a lot of fun for that. So you'll have a review coming up normally for Saturday, which should have been today actually, but that will be for tomorrow. And then you'll have this replay on Sunday, and the next review after that, most likely, because everything is kind of pushed slightly there, most likely either on Tuesday or Wednesday. But I am planning to have my top 10, actually, just so you guys know, out by Christmas Eve. I kind of want to get that done and have that out the week prior to the end of the year. So that way everything is done. So you'll have something to look forward to, at least possibly on either Christmas Eve or maybe the day before. If I can do that when we do the actual live stream for next week a day early, we'll have to figure that out there. So we'll talk about that towards the end. But it's great to see you guys on here. Let's see if we've got everything in check here. Looks like everything is moving along. See, Alyssa, the weather is what you need to super review. that would be good. That would be good. James Morrison, nice little shout out you got from Reckless Eating. I saw they launched the review of the gingerbread red vines. I have to take a look and see what they thought of those, actually. Just so you guys know, I had a bunch of creators in a little hat that I had. I kind of wrote a bunch of names on these little pieces of paper and put them into a hat, and I shook up the hat and I pulled out the names of the packs that I had left over, and that's who I sent them to. Reached out to a few creators there. So you may see a few reviews. I'm going to keep it anonymous because I'm going to let the surprise be what it is. But there's about 5 or 6 of them that were sent out. I think it's like 5 of them. So we'll see if there's any reviews that are done naturally for them there. But I know Trav Tries jumped out with one as well too that way. I was very happy to send that over because I know he's always down with the snacks. I actually saw his review and commented on that one. Really, really fun stuff there as well. So Trav, if you're watching this right now, either live or on the replay, I'm glad you dug it for sure. I know you saw my comment. But it was definitely a lot of fun to send a little holiday cheer, so to speak, as well. It was a lot of fun to do there. All right. Very cool. ScottRush.com. I didn't do the third shot, but nice to know you're staying safe. Thank you. I'm glad I'm past that and it's over with right now. Let me tell you. Let's see here. Let's see. Thulsu, thanks so much for jumping on. One of the best Marvel movies of the year. Avengers Infinity War memories of audience reactions. Yes, talking about probably Spider-Man No Way Home. No spoilers here, please. I have not seen it. I'm probably not going to for a little bit. But hopefully we'll see what happens there. Let's see here. Tiffany Shield says the audio and video is a little off. Hopefully not. You guys let me know here in the chat if it seems a little delayed. I think so far everything is looking good on my side. So every so often it could be a YouTube thing. I don't know. But great to see you guys all on here right now. Lesser, Golf Sir, I always mess up that name. Nice to see you as well. Maureen Descatato, thanks so much for jumping on. It is great to see everybody in effect. Enoel, mi familia. Hey sister, what's going on? Just so you guys, just in case you missed it, sis, there you go. There he is. Nice green color. I don't know if that's coming through right over there, but I got to tell you, I am really digging good old Grinchmas. I love the Grinch. It's definitely fun around this time of the year. Dom's World says his arm was sore for the last few days. Yes, the second day after was murderous. I couldn't lift my arm. Even if I wanted to do any filming, I couldn't hold my camera up. There's no way I could do it. So it was really uncomfortable. But I'm glad it's over with. But I'm telling you, that third shot is no joke. I don't know why that is the case, but maybe that's why we're not able to see into the future for that reason. So we don't have to be, not do things because of, we don't want to go through that there. You just got to deal with it, and that's what it is. So I have about 7 days before this is fully activated, so to speak, and that's how that's supposed to work. So we'll see what happens. Annette, say, are you done Christmas shopping? No. I'm actually doing very little this year, to be honest. But I still have a couple of things that I need to do for sure. How about you guys? Are you guys done Christmas shopping? Are you doing primarily the online thing? Very curious to know if you guys are or not. Let's see. Brady Goodall. They have 3 cameo roles. See, don't spoil anything, please. No spoilers for any Spidey stuff. Por favor. Please. Have you seen it? Speaking of the Grinch, have you ever seen the live action version? Of course. Yeah, that's the one we watch every year on top of the cartoon. Absolutely. Good stuff there. Okay, the audio video is looking good as well. Guys, welcome to the live stream tonight again. Thank you so much for joining. Like I always say, you've got plenty of choices when it comes to content here on YouTube. And if you can catch me live on Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I definitely do my best to enjoy some good times with you guys. I greatly appreciate it. Any PayPalers or Super Chatters who are donating to the channel, of course, you're going to find your names down below in the replay description. If you'd like to donate to the channel, should you wish to do so, because I am a one-man show, you'll find a multitude of ways to do just that. It's in the description down below as well right now, as well as the first pinned comment here on the replay. You'll have a few different ways that you can do that there. So thank you in advance. And of course, anyone who may be doing anything on PayPal off platform, I'll be able to check that and put your names in the description box down below, should that be in effect there for any quote unquote Christmas gifts and all that stuff as well. So thank you so much for joining right now. It is great to see you guys all on here. Let's see who else we've got in here right now. We have got a lot of my day ones are in here. You guys, there's a lot of you guys. ScottRush.com. Great to see you on here as well. The Trips in the house. Great to see you guys on here as well too. Great content as always, especially on the IG side of things as well too. The Trips has got some really, really cool stuff on there. Ryan Williams, what's going on? What's the best thing you ate in 2021? Anything pizza related. Nothing that's really jumping out. But you know, honestly, I still have memories of the Epic Stuffed Crust actually when that first came out. I want to say that was last December, so technically it's like a year ago, even though it's like, you know, I guess it's like into 2021, 2020, 2021, so to speak. But anything pizza related, I love reviewing like Italian fast food stuff. It's always a blast to do, whether it's Little Caesars, the Crazy Calzone and all that stuff as well too. Any of those things that really jump out there. I've done so many reviews, and believe me, I'm still narrowing down the last portion of my top 10 for the year, and it's hard because I'm trying to figure out exactly how I should do. You know, I have a few things from the beginning of the year, but I think what I'm going to try and do is for the last few things, I'm just going to go down for the year that I've been doing my reviews every month, and really kind of pick maybe one or two out of the month, and then see what out of those two, that's the one that I'm going to choose before I move on to the next, because I already know what the number one is. I already know that. But it's just kind of filling in the spaces on what I think is adequate that you guys are going to like. So it should be pretty interesting to see how that's going to go. We'll have to see going on. Let's see here. Love food like I do. Thanks so much for jumping on. Ed Keaton, welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to see you. Hope everything is going well. Let's see here. Annette says, sorry, I meant to say I've been done Christmas shopping since the beginning of the month. Oh, cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thulsu, any hints on the secret food review tonight? It is Christmas themed, so to speak, but it's actually a year-round thing that always seems like it tastes better around this time of the year. So I'll let you ponder that just a little bit. We'll see if you guess it. I doubt it. I doubt it. We'll have to see. Let's see. Sub, what's going on? Subtegral, what's going on? What's going on? Great to see you as always. Ali Rios. Inquiring minds want to know. Not to worry. Not to worry. I may have been out of commission for this past week, but I am not completely out of the loop. So do not worry. ScottRush.com. I hope Detroit Style makes it to the finals. We'll have to let's see what happens. We'll have to see. Let's see, Drew, I should have a Motu top 10 list too. That'd be very hard to do because I have all the current line that's out above me hiding in the background here right now. It's kind of hard to say what exactly would be the top there with that. But you know what? I love the category anyway. I love the line. So it all ranks up there. It's all high. But I feel you, Drew. I feel you completely on that. Robert H, super chat donation. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're going to be jumping up in just a second, as well as down below. I appreciate you there. Fist bump, fist bump. I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Soiner, the gingerbread mint Drew, oh, that you hated is actually really good mixed with Fireball cinnamon whiskey. I would think anything mixed with Fireball cinnamon whiskey would be pretty awesome. You're basically adding a very artificial tasting gingerbread syrup essentially into alcohol. That's got to be nuts. So yeah, I can imagine how that would go for sure right there. But yes, definitely a good situation, I think, overall. Brady Goodall, please just give me one more chance. Bruce Cannell, don't say anything, please, 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 please. Come on now. Let's see. Annette Cervantes, a fruitcake? No. Oh, it's too funny. Tony Schultz, what's going on? If you haven't tried it, try the sweet and spicy sriracha sauce from Chick-fil-A. I don't think I've tried that, actually. I don't know. Have I tried that? Well, the buffalo I've tried. I haven't tried that sriracha sauce. That sounds interesting. Actually, that would sound pretty good mixed with their mac and cheese, I would think. They're kind of like the buffalo. Would be pretty good. Let's see. Thilsu, best truffle dish I've ever had was Din Tai Fung. Yes, they're truffle soup dumplings, of course. Yeah, Din Tai Fung is actually pretty close to where I live. They are really, really tasty. In the Santa Anita Fashion Park, they used to be down the street on Baldwin as well. I guess it made more sense to move into the mall area there, for sure. But good stuff. Yeah, definitely good stuff. The Hills, oatmeal raisin cookies. No. I like raisins, but I don't really like them in things like that. I like to just have them on their own, if that makes sense. I don't know. I guess kind of funny that way. But I haven't really been a big fan of anything mixed together. Kind of like panettone cakes. I think I'm saying that correctly, hopefully, where it's kind of like the fruit cakes that are like mushed into like the cake, and they come in these real decorative boxes with the ribbons. Panettones, I think they had Panettone. I always think of the bike, the exercise bike. That's Peloton, I think it is. But Panettone, I think that's what it is. I hope I'm saying it correctly. But I'm not a fan of like fruit cakes like that. I'm just not. It's just not my deal. It's just not my deal. Erna, Ian, another 80s folks. Who sang the song "The Heat Is On"? Glenn Fry from Beverly Hills Cop, 1984, I think. God, I was 10. Oh God. That's crazy. But I remember that movie. Sis, you remember that movie too. You keep those bananas. You keep those bananas. The banana in the tailpipe situation. Drew's Food Reviews. You should do a mint chocolate Twinkie with a ginger snap Mountain Dew chaser. Drew, you are barking up the wrong tree with that. The wrong tree with that. Right now, you are the Grinch on my sweater. Yes, you are. Those things were horrible last week. If you guys didn't see those, the mint chocolate Twinkies, oh, God. Yeah, that was not a good situation there. Yes, Peloton fruitcake, Annette. You already know. Panettone, Scott. Yes, that's what it is. I think it's because there was a whole big hoopla of that new offshoot of the spinoff of Sex and the City. So I think that whole thing with, what happened, the scandalous thing that kind of went on with that, that's like in the news now. So like that word is, I'm mixing it up. But yes, that's what it is there. Brian Rock Rail fan, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thulsu, is it me or did Christmas food and sweet taste better when we were young? Of course, everything was always better. When I went to Disneyland, the castle was bigger. Everything was just larger in general. The toys were amazing, and not that they're not amazing now for you guys who are digging them. And for me, it's the retro stuff, obviously. But we actually, the 80s kids, we had the best toys. Transformers, Masters of the Universe, naturally there, Mask, G.I. Joe. The list goes on and on. Star Wars, that was the height of the popularity, just the original trilogy with all those toys. My God, that was just a huge. It was great during those times. Things were much simpler, as my dad would always say, my parents would say. Now that I'm a lot older, I think about it'd be easier back then, just the way I asked my dad at one point about that, and he would much rather grow up when he was younger as well. Every generation, I guess it's like that. So we'll have to see. James Morrison, I'm turning 40 on Monday. Happy early birthday to you there. Any advice for getting older? You know what? I ask myself that on a daily basis, to be honest, because I'm feeling myself getting older and older, and I'm feeling certain things as I'm getting older. But just try to make every day the best you possibly can. Live in the moment. Don't think about what you can't change. Think about the things that you can try and improve upon in the future. Because the past is written. You can't dwell on it. You can't focus on that. You can only focus on what's in front of you. They always say the past is history. The future is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. So focus on that and try and keep your health as high as you possibly can. Some routine exercise. Just keep yourself in as good of shape as you can. And just do the things that bring you the most happiness, James. That's probably the biggest thing there. For me, it's trying to relive a little bit of my childhood while I'm dealing with all kinds of crazy stuff in my world outside of here. So trust me, I'm right there with you. But try and make every day as positive as you possibly can. And don't sweat the details so much. Just let things go the way they're going to go. If they're going to go the way they are, the way they're meant to be, then it will happen that way. So without getting too preachy with that, just try and keep it positive. Trust me, you'll find you'll enjoy things a lot more if you try and stay focused on smiling more and being more positive about stuff. So let's see. Thomas McDonald, thanks so much for jumping on. My favorite Christmas movie from the trips. Which one was the favorite Christmas movie? Which one? Let's see. Going down the line again. Ali Rios, Ben & Jerry ice cream has Chance the Rapper flavor. Yes, I saw that. It's kind of crazy. I wish I can do some ice cream reviews and not have to worry about it, but you guys all know it doesn't really do 100% with me. It's kind of, you know, a mixed bag, so I just stay away completely. Even I'm a little on edge when I do McFlurries once in a while, but it's always fun to do when it comes to that. Those who are reliving childhood should be the motto of us Gen Xers. Yes, absolutely. There is nothing wrong with having a healthy hobby as long as you keep it healthy and keep it in perspective and just enjoy it. Try not to let it consume your world, so to speak, but have a good time with it. That's the main thing there. Erna, have I seen Christmas Vacation? Yes, I think I mentioned this last week, but I actually worked in a movie theater when that movie came out back in, I think, in early 90. When that was. I was working at a movie theater, Edwards Cinema, in Monterey Park at the time, which is now an LA Fitness area. They have like leveled the whole thing. It's no longer there. But that was a blast back then with my friends from high school. And I remember that movie and just, it was a good time. Definitely a good time. That's a classic as far as I'm concerned. It ranks up there, obviously, with A Christmas Story. Any of the holiday movies I think that are out there. Even better, watch out. Shameless plug for the movie that I actually had a little voiceover part in. That's a great film on top of that as well too. So yes, I have definitely seen that, and it's a classic. It's definitely a classic Chevy Chase movie for sure. So let's see here. Going down the line. I hope that was helpful, James. I hope that was helpful for you as well here. And since we're on the topic, actually, since I'm seeing all the birthday cakes in there as well, let me sing you happy birthday, an early birthday for you for James Morrison. So if you guys want to throw some birthday cakes into the chat over here, we'll keep it festive, and I'll try to smile as much as I can, unlike my buddy right over here, who actually is smiling. He just has a little bit more mischievous look. So with that, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, James Morrison, who's turning 40. But that's actually the last year of your 30s, because 41, it begins for real. Happy birthday to you. You've got 1 year left of your 30s, my friend. That's actually how that counts. 41 is the beginning, 41 to 50, 51 on. So you know. Don't get it twisted. That's what we say as we're getting older, okay? But very happy birthday to you, James. It's awesome. That's awesome. So let's see, who else do we have here? Misty Smith, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you jumping on here as well. Did I see Freddie Foodie King? There he is. Freddie Foodie King, what's going on, man? Very happy holidays to you. Very happy holidays to all of you guys. Constance Cherry in as well. Marilyn Sullivan, you already know what it is. KBD Productions TV, what's going on? Thanks so much, Ken. I appreciate you jumping on here right now. I got your message. I'm glad that you received those gingerbread red vines. Good stuff, good stuff. Enjoy, my friend, enjoy. Good times indeed. Those things sold out pretty quick online. So I think I said that to you. But yeah, good times, definitely good times. But welcome to the chat. Great to see you on here. And I know I keep showing off the sweater right now because I really love the detail of our good old buddy over here, the Grinch, in effect. My sister, I know that's just for you. You're watching this right now. Great to see you. Great to see you. So you already know what's going on. All right. So not a fan of, that's from Lord. What's this? Not a fan of cake. So here are for some cookies. There you go. I appreciate that. I appreciate that greatly. You guys are making me feel better already with this third booster shot thing that I've been trying to recover from here. Actually, I feel like I don't have a fever anymore. I was really warm for a while. Man, a rough couple of days, guys. Rough couple of days. Good times, good times. Sammy, what's going on? Hello there, I have recovered. Excellent. Congratulations, and definitely hope you're staying warm. You already know. KBD, love the sweater. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a present from my sister last year, and every year I'm going to have to wear this at some point, so I figured I'd immortalize it on the stream tonight because I think it's something that would be, it's fitting because of the holiday, naturally. We're all decked out here for the holidays. So let's give this a go and wear this here. I know my sister's digging it. I'm probably going to get some flack for it when I see her, but that's, you know, the whole point. It's not really an ugly Christmas sweater, so to speak. I love the detail, even though it kind of has shades like it would be kind of whack, you know, like an ugly sweater. But at the same time, I'm really digging the Grinch theme. Let's see here. Oh, KBD getting Ken's getting a booster on Tuesday. Give yourself 3 days. I'm telling you, Ken. I don't know how much you caught of the stream earlier. This is going to be on the replay for Sunday. But you know, these somewhat okay the first day. The next day, no bueno, and the day after that was pretty bad. So give yourself an extra day or two. This one was worse than the second for me. So it was a very bad situation for that. So you know, you'll get through it obviously, but it's really it'll work you. It'll give you the business, so to speak, is what I put on Instagram, because it threw off my schedule for this week big time. But naturally, you know, it is what it is. So I'm sending you homie hugs like you don't know for that. And just let me know how it goes for you for sure in there as well. Drifter Nomad, we need Joey's World Tour Dame drops for Kicksbow Food Dip. We have a full house. That would be cool. That would be cool. We'll have to see. Joey and Dame, and of course from Food Dip. Very cool, very cool. Good times indeed. All right, guys, let me show you one thing over here, and this is actually perfect for the holiday for you right now. Yeah, Ken, that's the thing is I try not to take any aspirin of any type for the headache situation that I have, because I just wanted to let my body do its thing. So I got as far as into the day as I could on the second day when it was really kind of the worst for me there. And I ended up taking some Tylenol like about 6 o'clock that night and just went to bed and crashed until the next day. So I'm glad that that's over with. Glad that's over with for sure. All right. So obviously, with the holidays right around the corner, guys, you guys are probably big on decorating your trees. You guys are big on just, you know, being festive and decorating your home, whether it's lights behind me that I have over here right now or just blinking lights, stuff like that as well. There's something that I actually have been looking for a while. And when I saw this was unveiled, I was watching very closely because it instantly sold out online. I couldn't get anything. I didn't want to go to the secondary market because it was literally twice to 3 times the price. Shouldn't be more than $19.99 because it's direct from the company. So I actually, just on a whim, right after the stream last week, I went onto the website to see if it was available. And lo and behold, I think it was like at 2 that morning. That's that Friday night. Actually, no, Saturday night. Saturday night about 2 in the morning. So I guess that's Sunday. They actually had stock available. And I was like, I couldn't believe this. Is this going to hold? And naturally, once I put the order through, it was $19.99. I had it shipped to the store directly to go pick it up. There was no charge for that. I saved $6 because it was literally like 5 minutes from me. I was just going to go to the store and pick it up. So why not? Why pay $6 to come to my home if I can just go there, right? So I ended up going to the store and it was legit. I got the confirmation email. Everything was cool. And it showed up a few days later. And guys, I am just super excited. I've already opened this because I couldn't wait, but I'm still going to show it to you. But guys, you know it's Masters of the Universe related. So Hallmark Keepsake. I'm trying, actually, you know what? Let me fix this really quick. And I knew this was going to happen. Hold on, hold the phone. Hold the phone. I got to fix the camera so we can see the focus. My focus needs focus. There we go. All right. Let me bring this back up. All right, there we go. Okay, this should focus now. So here we go. Hopefully, there you go. All right, so feast your eyes on the official ornament from Hallmark. Apparently this is a huge market for these things. Every year they have all different various types of different things here. And this actually is the one that's officially licensed from Mattel. So it's, I guess, a joint venture between them. And I know it's kind of contrasty. Once I take it out, it'll focus better there. But naturally, this is something for your tree. And it is very cool when you see the detail. And I don't have a Christmas tree per se. I have a small little one here inside, but it's not really for like hanging something like this when you see what it is. But it is so cool. I fell in love with this detail and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to put this on the shelf behind me because it looks amazing in terms of the detail. Look how freaking cool this looks. And hopefully that's going to focus in to give you some really, there you go, right there. Feast your eyes on that. Guys, that's the real deal right there. The OG Castle Grayskull. And on the side, look at that. I mean, the detail is astonishingly good for an ornament. Well worth the money. The craftsmanship is amazing. And I got to be honest, I have never seen the very back of Castle Grayskull depicted the way that has the spine in the very back. I had no idea that was even part of the deal. From that, but it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Yes, Annette, that's sick. It is. I'm telling you, even if you're not a fan of the franchise, you can't tell me this doesn't look bomb. It looks amazing. The detail is stunning. I mean, I kind of wish that the eyes were dark. You know, it had like the black eyes and the nose at the same time. But even still, look at that. The only boo-boo thing with this, it doesn't come with anything to hang it with. They want you to buy that, which I was like, come on, look at that little hoop ring that's in the middle right there. Basically, I'm just going to get a little piece of ribbon, and I think I'm probably going to bring this to my sister and put it on her tree, which looks amazing as well. But as you can see, it's the real deal. It's light enough, but the craftsmanship is gorgeous on this. I am so shocked by how cool this is. They did such an amazing job. The drawbridge just really stands out, and overall, it looks stunning. It really looks stunning. So if you have an opportunity to pick this one up right now on Amazon, it's about $40, but it should be no more than $19.99 from Hallmark directly. And I got to say, guys, it just really just screams collectability right here. I mean, seriously, any Motu fan, this is the ultimate thing that you can give him or her for the tree, or just as a collectible to sit on the shelf. It just looks really, really cool. So definitely wanted to make sure I showed this one off to you guys. It's the official 2021 edition of the Hallmark Keepsakes, and I had this one sent over to the mall to pick it up at Hallmark over here. And again, just it looks really, really cool. So very, very slick. I'm trying to keep that focus in there as much as possible, keep my face out of the way. One more crisp shot of the front, and it's probably not going to go. It has a mind of its own. It's very contrasty, as you can see here with the lighting, but there you go. All right, so very slick right there, guys. And I got to say again, very worth the time and worth $19.99 for this easily. It's got it's light enough, but the detail is just crazy good, crazy good. So we're going to keep my little friend sitting over here as he is going to watch me here while I'm doing my thing here in just a second. But I'm glad you guys are digging that. It looks like a lot of you guys are digging it as well too here. Ellis Johnson, Jack in the Box Taco Big Box is amazing. Yes, I thought about doing that, but I've done all the versions of that already. Honestly, just doing that again, just to have the box with 3 sauces, I was like, I'll have to pass on that. There's a lot of other things that I've been reviewing, and chances are, I kind of alluded to last week that there was a big tsunami bomb review coming out this past week, and actually was that New York style crust from Papa John's, which ironically I'm noticing a few websites are actually kind of ripping my description in there that I wrote. I wrote that description actually with the fresh, never frozen dough, New York style crust. That wasn't anything that was official. That I wrote that, but they're using it for their article, which is pretty hilarious. But there's a lot of people that are kind of talking about that, and obviously Chew Boom is the first who broke it when I sent over the stuff there. So yes, it is definitely good stuff with that there. But I got to tell you, very, very tasty, very, very tasty to do with that as well. Good times indeed right there. Again, super chat donation from KBD Productions. Ken, thank you so much. God bless you. I appreciate you. Going to be jumping up in just a second over here as well as down below. Good times all across the board. I'm glad everything is going well in your neck of the woods. The Cuba trip looked like it was bomb. Definitely a good time. Relaxation with the wifey. That's always the best. Always the best. You already know. There you go right over here from KBD Productions TV. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Critical East Japan, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping on. Jackie Hero Food Reviews in the house as well. We've got a whole multitude of amazing creators in the chat right here, guys. If you guys are not jumping over, if you haven't already, make sure you're like, sharing, and subscribing, and jump on over. Jackie Hero Food Reviews, KBD Productions TV, Drew's Food Reviews. There's a lot of amazing creators in effect here right now. So the Hill 7 too on Instagram. There's a lot of awesome peeps over here right now. So thanks so much for jumping on. We are one big happy community, I gotta tell you. Anyone who may be lurking from the background right now, make yourself known here in the chat. Whatever you guys are working on, any of you guys want to share anything that you have coming up, if you'd like to do that as well, I am very much okay with that. I guess that seems to be kind of a thing elsewhere for some reason. I have no problem if you guys want to, talk about what you have coming up there. When one person succeeds, or when we all succeed, naturally, how's that saying go? When one succeeds, we all succeed. Something like that. But just know that you guys have free reign. If you'd like to discuss some things, you're more than welcome to do that right there as well. Erna is asking Annette, which vaccine did you get and how was your experience? Hopefully you guys are having a good one. And yes, I saw that comment earlier about the JJ version to avoid because of issues. And obviously that wasn't a thing for me either way. I wasn't about to go with that one to begin with. But yes, I know in terms of what you can go with there, Pfizer, Moderna are what they're recommending right now for sure as well. Let's see, Annette got the Pfizer one. Very cool, very cool. Excellent, excellent. Little soreness, not too bad for Annette. Okay. Lord, I hate needles too, especially IVs. Yes, you know what? The good thing is I didn't really feel it even going in. It's really very, very thin. You really don't feel anything. And next thing you know, it's over. But then the next day, man, I mean, at least the third one for me anyway, that was the worst. But I know I've been talking about that ad nauseum at this point here. Sean Hickox, if you were to buy a console, PS5 or Xbox Series X, I would do Xbox Series X right now. There is nothing specifically on PS5 that makes me want to immediately have that console that I can't get on Xbox Series X. I don't have either one yet. I'm going to wait for the Pro versions of those if I decide to go with it, because naturally I want them a little bit smaller. And besides, it's still so hard to get them right now anyway. So, you know, let everybody have at the older versions that I think anyway, because you know they're going to be half the size next year at some point. That's how it happens. So no longer first generation for me. KBD, didn't feel it going in. Ooh la la. I just realized that. Ken, I just realized that. This is a family show too. That's craziness. Buzz7332, better late than never. Have you here you go, Ian. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Jumping up over here in just a second. And of course, down below, all my amazing super chatters as well as PayPalers. You guys are in the description box down below. The replay, of course, going live on Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for you guys, being that everything has been pushed this week because of what happened to me. So naturally, the regular review that you'll have on will be for tomorrow, and then naturally Sunday will be the live stream replay. So there'll be content for this weekend for you guys. I love doing that. I love those back-to-back situations, which is good. So good times all across the board. Annette Cervantes, yep, for CT scan I had done this year. Erna, IV contrast with it. Yep, that's what happens when you do that. Absolutely. Scott Messerschmidt, thanks so much for jumping on. Guys, we have like a full house here in totally blowing it out right now as well. This is so much fun with everybody in here right now. Thomas McDonald, nice donations. Yes, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always say I'm a one-man show, but every little bit helps, and I appreciate you guys. Should that generosity bug bite you, I appreciate you greatly. You do definitely make it easier to create the content that I do here on the channel for sure. Lord Darkside, every family show has adult jokes planned for Christmas. Yes, they do. That's very true. That's very true. And naturally with Ken with ooh la la, that kind of goes without saying. It's very true with that. Terry Lim, are you prime rib ham or turkey for holiday dinners? You know what? Prime rib for me, although I like honey ham. I haven't had like one of the honey hams in a while. They're really, really delicious. I mean, loaded with the sugary glaze on the outside. I would love to actually have that for the holidays at one point. Hopefully sometime this year, who knows? Hint, hint to my sis. But we'll have to see there. But prime rib for sure. Turkey's pretty much, you know, I'm kind of, you know, over turkey after Thanksgiving. I think a lot of people are. But one thing I'm very big on is my mac and cheese. I gotta have mac and cheese, whether it's Thanksgiving, which I was kind of giving my sister a whole bunch of grief over. But naturally, I just love a really rich, cheesy mac and cheese with those breadcrumbs that are, you know, oven baked on top, which is just a lovely situation. So I'm just a huge fan of mac and cheese. I think you guys know that, right? Just a huge fan of mac and cheese. Good times all around. Let's see, Freddie Foodie King in the house there we mentioned earlier. You guys are all chatting away. Jackie Hero Food Reviews. Sabres fan, what it do, what it do? Great to see you as well. I recognize the avatar and of course the name. I appreciate you guys. Soiner, do they have Firehouse subs near you? No, not close by. Something a little bit of a ways away, but at the same time, there hasn't been anything that makes me want to run over there and check it out either. But I would like to get a few of those sandwich reviews on the channel at some point there. We'll have to see. KBD, Ken, I'm like number 15. More likes, people. Ian deserves it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to Ken. I appreciate that. If you guys haven't hit that thumbs up down below, now would be your time. Even though we're 40 minutes into the stream, I appreciate you being here. But, you know, please, please, please hit that thumbs up down below. Ken, thanks for that. Shout outs to you. I appreciate it greatly. Larry Nguyen, I know you saw my comment but didn't want to read it. No, I did not. Larry, what's going on? I'll scan up here just a little bit and see if I can pull the last thing that you typed. Just to see. Hold on. Hold the phone. Let's see. How was your day? There it is. Much better today, Larry. Much better, like I was saying, aside from the last couple. 2.5, I should say, at this point. But definitely much better. I appreciate you asking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Vivian George, how's it going? Going well. Going well. Thanks so much for jumping on. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. That's classic Fleetwood Mac right there, Erna, 785. So your dream food is pizza with mac and cheese on top. That is definitely a lovely situation. I've had pizza like that. It's okay for me, but I think it depends upon where you get it. But yes, I think I would probably love to see a combination of the two. Maybe a thick crust, you know, with the mac and cheese, just something very hearty when you dive into it. I can see that. And that says you got to make your own mac and cheese for Christmas. Well, I'm putting the feelers out there right now. I'm putting the feelers out there to see, because I know that, you know, mi familia, certain familia is watching right now, just to kind of put it out there. Jackie Hero reviewed Lay's from France a while back, and all I had in my head was ooh la la from KBD Productions. You know, there are certain things that all creators have that just stick in your head that way. So naturally, yes, I can totally see that, Jackie. Ken does have that effect with ooh la la. And it's one of those things that very rarely you see from people who've made content from the very beginning all the way through now. And Ken's been on YouTube for so many years that you see certain things that still stick, you know, like that. So yeah, ooh la la is definitely what it is. For me, obviously, Stay Frosty, or you know what it is, certain things as well. But ooh la la is a little bit more in your face with that familiarity. I can totally understand that completely there, for sure. Let's see. Drew's food reviews. Are we going to have a box opening lesson tonight? Well, you know what? We might as well just get into this, Drew, just to answer this question for you. Because I think we should probably do just that, honestly. So I'm going to actually just see the last couple of things here before we jump into the review. Because I'm very curious about this right now as well. I think I know what to expect. Michael Domeyer, CC's Pizza has had mac and cheese pizza. You know what? We have a place called Big Mamas and Papas actually out here. Which they actually do things occasionally like that as well. There's also a place called Mama's, I think is another one, which is kind of like a mom and pop style. I mean, that's like a real good pizza like that. But which they do stuff like that as well too. So yes, I can see definitely getting down with something like that for sure. Soiner, do you have a favorite Avenger? I'd probably say Captain America. Probably Captain America. Chris Evans' Captain America was pretty awesome. He was really pretty awesome. And then E. Noel, mi familia, mac and chisels. Yes, you already know. You already know. Larry Nguyen, did you miss the food review? No, we're about to jump into it right now. So if you guys are ready for it, let me see a snowflake right here in the chat. Let's see who is the quickest to put this on here right now. Jackie, from my channel, my trademark seems to be my laugh. People love my laugh. Laugh out loud. Put laugh out loud at the very end too. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let's see. Have you seen it? Have you had Quiznos before? Yes, I do have a couple of reviews on the channel actually for Quiznos. We're seeing some snowflakes beginning to jump in here right now. Critical East Japan is that saying to the trips, I watched the start of your live this morning, but had to head out just when the Swiss Chalet showed up. Good stuff over at the trips, just so you guys, you need to be jumping on over, of course. Another awesome group of content creators, very close up to Jackie Hero Food Reviews up in Canada. Good stuff as well. Along with Ken, we have a lot of Canadian peeps in the house. It just occurred to me here right now. And of course, with Critical East Japan, of course, jumping in there from overseas in Japan, we are a very eclectic international group of hardcore foodie peeps is what it is. So just so you know, it is definitely popping off here right now. Here come the snowflakes. There we go. Good times, of course. Good times. There we go. Let's jump in here right now as well. Let's see. Good stuff. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at the chat here right up for where Jackie Hero has her snowflakes in here. I'll just keep my stuff frozen here. Hopefully that will stay. It won't reset, so I won't lose my spot. I'm going to get into this right now. We're going to answer a question for Drew's Food Reviews, because the last thing that I want to be is the Grinch. So we're going to do this right now and get into this, because guys, this just seems like a no-brainer. I always think, and I think, you know what, now that I think about it, I may have done something similar last year, or it may have been actually during St. Patrick's Day when these things were green. I mean, chances are it's probably going to be something you've seen before, but I figured, you know what, it's holiday packaging. This looks like a lot of fun. It seems to be fitting, and I figured I would just go for it right now. So Drew, to answer your question, Yes, we're going to be taking a look at a Hostess box package opening to get into the perfectly themed Hostess snowballs. I literally do not eat these things unless there's something related to the holidays with them. And naturally, because this is the classic version of this here right now, this just looks really, really good. And of course, I'll give you a little history on exactly what this is. You guys can kind of see what it is actually right over there. What we've got is coconut and marshmallow covered chocolate cake with a creamy filling. And if you look at the chocolate cake, it's going to look very similar to something you may have seen or even had from Hostess before. So this should be pretty interesting either way, because I haven't had a regular version of these in a very long time. And just to give you that 411 on how to do this the right way without murdering the box, because I know this is probably the last time I'm going to do this year, because I think we'll be good unless Hostess comes out with something newer. We are going to do this right now. So we're going to rip off the sides, and then actually I'm going to take your finger across, pop the thing over here. Now most people murder the box, they rip this open, which I hate to see, but you just want to push this in, slide your finger all the way across, don't give yourself a paper cut. And this one is very tight for some reason. There we go. All right, all the way across. And yeah, this is not working out very well tonight. There we go, actually. Okay. Paper was a little tight on that side. All right, go across the other way. And then there you go. That is the way to open up a Hostess box for like the 5th or 6th time I think I've done reviews this year. But guys, look how beautiful those look. Look at that. If you guys think those look pretty awesome, give me a thumbs up here in the chat, because that is freaking cool looking. I mean, look at that with the snowflakes falling all around the screen. We got snowballs right here. You know, nothing but the best in terms of Friday night entertainment here on YouTube, right? Look at this. A grown man showing off Hostess cakes here for your enjoyment. I gotta tell you, this is too much right now. I'm digging this. I am so digging this. I think because I just feel so much better after the last couple of days right now. Things have not been good the last couple of days on just a lot of levels. So I'm so glad that things are so much better right now. But just so you guys know, we got a decent amount. We got 8 of them in here. It looks like, is it 8 or 6? Actually 6. 6 of them. Okay. Not bad. Really awesome packaging. They're see-through. And I am so down with this right now. So for those of you who don't know, these are actually the standard cupcake flipped upside down and then covered with marshmallow and coconut. It's exactly the same thing, and it is very, very slick in terms of just the presentation right now. So if you don't like coconut, obviously you're not going to like this, but for those of you who know, you know. These are actually really good. So let's crack one of these open and give this a shot. And let me just get a whiff. Oh yeah, strong coconut. Strong coconut. All right. And it is stuck to this paper right over here. So, and of course I choose something with a very contrasty look. So this is going to be kind of hard to focus. So let's give this a go. Okay, there we go. It's kind of locking in right over there. But as you can see, it is essentially, just like I said, it is a chocolate cupcake upside down. And then they roll it. And you can kind of see that's the little puncture hole where the cream is in right there. And then it's covered in a layer of marshmallow. And it's just a very, very fun treat for those of you who know. It's just really, really cool. And actually, I'm totally digging how that looks with the lights in the background right there flashing with the darkness, as you can see right there. So really, really cool. And the texture, it is a very beautiful situation as well. Let's give this a shot, guys. Officially, the original snowballs. I don't think I've ever done this on my channel, aside from, I think it was the St. Patty's version, which was green. And I think there was a Halloween one, I think, which was orange. I think may have done one year. I have to take a look at the live stream replays playlist. There's so much content in there. I'm kind of beginning to forget some of the things that I'm doing at this point. So let's give this a shot. And I'm going to actually hold this over just in case. The Snowballs, a classic from Hostess. Here we go. That marshmallow is got some pull to it. Wow. That's not dry at all. Moist, sweet, and take a look on the inside. And try and focus on that dark color right over there, hopefully. See if it catches it. There's just a lot going on. It's going to be kind of hard to focus. That frosting, the marshmallow goodness on the top is giving it away. There we go. Take a look at that, guys. It is just a classic. The flavor is exactly, it's timeless. It's like I remember when I was a kid, and it really, really emulates exactly what I remember these tasted like back in the day. Now, granted, Hostess is owned by somebody newer, so they do a lot of different things now, I guess different colors, different themes, but this classic version is done extremely well still. And the coconut, it's kind of mild. I mean, the actual marshmallow's got more of a give pull compared to it. Now, these are pretty fresh still, so it's moist. Let's keep going in. This is pretty good. Oh, the cream goodness right there. I think I'm good after 2 bites of this, to be honest, because it's crazy sweet. Focus, focus, focus. Trying to give you that focus. My focus needs focus. All right, working on a different camera situation too at some point here in the future. But as you can see, the classic goodness of Hostess, the cream filling, very familiar. And again, this is the upside down cupcake. They flip it over, coat it with marshmallow, coat it with coconut, call it a day. So very delicious situation. Easy 8 out of 10, timeless flavor. I'm not a super fan of coconut. I like it, but this actually, like I said, has got the flavor that I remember. Very similar. And of course it comes with the classic packaging. And the good thing is that when you open up the tray correctly, you've got a very cool presentation to kind of sit on your countertop, which is kind of cool. So that's why I kind of dig the fact that they make them this way. And I'm really kind of surprised they actually don't tell you how to open up these boxes on the box. Sometimes they tell you to pull here, they give you directions, step 1, 2, 3. But I guess they figured people are just going to open this up any way they want anyway. But I don't like to murder these boxes. That's kind of the way it's that it works. So very delicious stuff, guys. And again, for the holidays, how could I not do this, right? I mean, it's the classic Snowballs. Limited edition, I think in terms of packaging only, there is no difference with this whatsoever. And there you go. And that says dip it in milk. No milk to do with this one. Actually, I don't think that would work well with the marshmallow on the outside in that, to be honest, with this, because I think it'd just be, it probably wouldn't soak it as much at the same time. But I fell in love with the packaging when I saw this. And I bought these the same time that I bought those whack mint chocolate Twinkies, which actually went into the round file pretty quickly for that one there. So those haven't been touched, obviously, since that review. But these definitely are a lovely situation. So good times all around, a lot of fun. The classic Snowballs finally here on the channel. And you'll probably see how exuberated, how exhilarated, I should say, I look in the thumbnail for this one when you see the replay that comes up right there. But very good, guys. Very, very tasty with that one there. So 8 out of 10, I think it's a pretty okay score with that. It's like, you know, definitely well above average, right below, you know, being fantastic, but it's very nostalgic. And like I said, the textural goodness on that one there, the creamy filling, the chocolate cake, it's moist, it's got the flavor of coconut, it's got the pull from the marshmallow. That's as much detail as I can give you on that, guys. It's not overly sweet, but when you have that second bite after the first, it begins to ramp just a little bit. So just so you guys know, should you want to know, one of these cakes is 160 calories, 29 carbs, sugar, of course, is 20 grams. So it's kind of like up there. It's like having a couple of Oreos, essentially. But I think a little bit more satisfying because it's like a cake. So good stuff. Definitely good stuff all around with that. Yes, and that coffee, I think, would be good. I would think so as well. Coconut is only good for snowballs and samosas from Terry Lim. Yes, Girl Scout cookies for sure. You already know. Cheetos snowflakes. I still haven't seen actually those. I haven't gotten any of the Christmas ones outside of the cinnamon sugar bag of bones, so to speak, with that one there. I'm gonna have to see if I can find something else for that too. We'll have to see about that. But good times, definitely good times all across the board with that there. And always fun to check out, obviously, when it comes to the Hostess goodness too that way. I've done actually a lot of Hostess this year for the holiday season compared to past, so it is what it is. And Ed, am I going to be watching the, let's see, are you watching, asking from Lord if he's watching the Jake Paul fight tomorrow. I'm going to hopefully hear that he got knocked out. We'll have to see what happens. I'm tired of that guy. Tired of that guy. Have you seen thoughts on Sonic's onion rings? The last time I think I had the onion rings, I think it was on the Texas Toast, something that I did way back in the day where there was onion rings with it, but I don't remember anything burger-wise, anything that stood out as something that I remember from that. I want to say pretty much everything at Sonic, I got to be honest. I mean, the sides are a little bit on the forgettable side, to be honest there. So that could be the reason why I don't have an answer for you there, Have You Seen a? But some of their products actually are pretty decent. I mean, the garlic butter burger, you know, was pretty solid. And there's a couple of other things that have kind of like, you know, been pretty decent, but there's a lot more that's been missing with me. The last few times that I reviewed, the Philly cheesesteaks was one thing. There's been a few different things that could have been so much better at the same time. So let's see. Erna, where did you buy this? Local market. Snowballs can be found just about everywhere for the most part. Erna, sweet, tasty, and moist. I won't think in a bad way. There you go. There you go. Lord Darkside says, Annette, I'm not watching the fight tomorrow, but I hope Jake gets KO'd. Him and his brother are extremely annoying. There you go. There you go. You already know what it is. Freddy Foodie King. Let's see, Mr. Rogers, I'll pass. I give it a 4. Too sweet on coconut. Okay, no problem. No problem. It's all good, Mr. Rogers. Freddy Foodie King, I remember when I was a kid, I used to eat the snow. Hopefully not the yellow snow. Hopefully not the yellow snow, Freddy. Oh. Terry Lim, coconut is only good on snowballs and samosas. Okay, so we're getting caught up over here in the chat real quick. Larry Nguyen, have I heard of a YouTuber called Laycation? I have not. No, I have not. Let's see. Maureen Descatato, I have Cheetos snowflakes I bought from CVS Pharmacy. I went to CVS recently. I did not see them there. I've been kind of casually looking for those. But I'll still keep my eyes open. If anything shows up before next week, naturally, we'll have to see. Terry Lim, Carl's Jr. Western Burger is the best. Definitely one of the best. Good stuff on there. Sub says, drink with me, E and K, as I'm reaching to pick up my drink. Salute. Salute, salute. Freddie saw my comment. I just caught up here in the chat. No yellow snow for you. No yellow snow for you. Oh, too much, too much. Well, guys, let me just tell you, this has been a lot of fun tonight. This hour feels like it flew by very, very quickly. I just wanted to take a quick moment and shout out each and every one of you guys here in the chat. Thank you so much for jumping on here as well. All the peeps who joined tonight. We had a huge, huge influx of good times right now tonight with everybody here in the chat. Shout outs to all the food reviewers, all the peeps making content on the daily and creating all the goods that keep you entertained throughout the weeks, months, and years that they've been doing this there for sure. All the amazing camaraderie from everybody here in the house. Critical East Japan, Jackie Hero Food Reviews, Drew's Food Reviews, The Trips, KBD Productions TV, Freddy Foodie King, all the amazing peeps who contribute to the platform on a daily basis and spread the positivity, spreading their message of what they're doing there and doing it in such a fun way that really comes across on camera. I'm telling you, it really speaks volumes. And I'm a huge fan of all of you guys. So I greatly appreciate that, including all the secondary content on all the other platforms as well. I was pretty much incognito the last couple of days. I haven't really been online, but just catching up and seeing what's been out there. And actually, we're all gearing up for the holidays, and it's a beautiful thing when we can all do that. So shout outs to every one of you guys who are pumping it out on the daily, keeping that message of positivity alive and well on your channels and creating content that's making your heart sing as you do it, because obviously that's very evident on screen, and I love seeing that stuff. And it's just a beautiful situation across the board as well. So I'm wishing you nothing but good times this holiday season as we round out the year very soon. I mean, after Christmas next week, it's going to go very quick because literally we have a week left and then it's over. Next thing you know, it's 2022, and it's a whole other ball game for the next year, which is crazy to think about how this year has gone by so quickly with everything. So very shout out and very happy holidays to every one of you guys. James Morrison, if you're watching right now, a very happy birthday to you on Monday. Very happy to all of you guys as well, to keep it positive. Try and err on the side of the goodness that you do. And again, like I always say, we all have a choice in the morning when we get up. We can err on the side of positive or not. So let's err towards the side of the former and keep it moving in the right direction for sure. Just so you guys know, with next week, all right, so Christmas Eve is actually on Friday. So the 23rd, we'll actually be doing our stream. So I think I'll plan to have my top 10 done for that day. I'll probably have that out maybe so we can maybe kind of discuss it on the stream that night as well that way. So what I'll do is I'll plan for the 23rd. Naturally, I'll put up a reminder most likely on Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Wednesday, because I think the closer to the day, the better for that as well too. And you guys are here now, and this replay will be live Sunday, so you guys are going to hear it. So we'll figure on Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for next week. We'll have to probably do the same for the following week because naturally the 31st is Friday again. So it's kind of crazy. But again, I'll remind you guys, normally it's a Friday deal. You know that. But obviously with the holidays coming up, we'll do the 23rd for this next week, and then we'll do the 30th for the week after. And they're both Thursdays. So for the next couple of weeks, think of the Thursday schedule, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, of course, and then plan on the top 10. I'll try and have that done by the 23rd to release at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time like I always do on that time. And then maybe there'll be a review for Christmas Eve. Maybe there will be a review on Christmas Day. Who knows? We'll have to see. I have to kind of pick and choose what I want to do with that. But we'll plan for at least that. And I think that will be... I think that will be pretty decent with that in mind. So obviously the new review, again, to remind you, for tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday. And of course, this replay will be live Sunday. The next review most likely will be on Tuesday. And then there may be something before the top 10. There may not. We'll see. But either way, you guys have brand new content every single week. It's going to be very busy this next week, especially into the week after as we round out the month. A lot of good stuff, guys. A lot of good stuff. And it's all for you. I'm having a blast putting this together, but it's more for you guys to enjoy it as well. And I just love putting out the stuff that's going to help make a difference and maybe, distract you a little bit from the things that you've got going on right now, that you guys send me some stuff offline, so to speak, and let me know what's happening with you there. I'm giving you a lot of love, a lot of positivity. This is going to be a much better year coming up for all of us. We just have to make sure we continue moving down that positive road. So with that, let me say hello to, or goodbye, actually, I should say, to a few of you guys here. I'm going to be in the chat for as long as the, about a minute or so after we end the chat over here. So I'll try and keep chatting away with you guys once the stream ends. But to everybody here, Marine Descatado, Annette Cervantes, Have You Seen Her as well, Erna, Shelly, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping on. A good friend, Subtegral. You're not on anybody's naughties list. Well, at least not mine. At least not mine. Jackie Hero Food Review, you already know what it is. Thank you so much, Ian. An awesome community supports each other in channels. We all help each other. Yes. It's all about the good times. It's all about the good times. You already know. Freddy Foodie King, of course, chillin'. Tony Schultz, we have Lord Darkside. We got a whole bunch of you guys on here right now. The Trips, Critical East Japan, Mr. Rogers. And going up the line over here, Roderick, what's going on? Happy holidays to you as well. Larry Nguyen, how old were you when you started YouTube? Gosh, that was 8 years ago, so about 40. It's kind of scary to think about how old I am becoming. Trying to keep my youth and looking as youthful as I possibly can. I don't feel like that sometimes, but I try at the same time. Apple One, what's going on? Very cool. Purple Hearts. I appreciate it. Let's see. What about the coal in your stocking from Jackie Food Reviews? There's that laugh at the very end, Jackie. There's that laugh right there. Vivian George, do you drink? What's your favorite whiskey or beer brand? I don't really have a favorite, actually. For me, this is going to sound pretty lame, but it's just pretty much rum and Coke. And occasionally Mike's Hard Lemonade I like. Once in a blue moon, actually. I've been kind of tempted to be buying a little bit of that here. And I think I may this next week or so, because naturally it's the holiday time. You want to have a little something, right? We'll have to see. James Morrison, this was a great stream tonight. I appreciate you jumping on right now. We just immortalized your birthday singing on it as well. So make sure you keep this one locked in there. And I'm wishing you nothing but the very best always. Health, happiness, and success, as I always say to my peeps right there, because that's how the order should be. If you don't have your health, you don't have happiness. And of course, it's hard to have success when you're not healthy. So maintain the health, maintain the happiness, and then the success will follow as long as you keep putting in the time, putting in the work, whatever you're passionate about. Keep putting in that time and good things will happen for you. Trust me. You got to believe that. You just got to believe that. Put that intention out there and it will work good. Good stuff right there. So with that, let me jump on over here real quick. Let's see. Terry Lim, you look good. Good genes. My mom would agree with you. And I know my mom is watching right now. And Mom, I'm sorry I waited till the very end, but I love you. Very happy holidays, of course, to you as well. I can't wait to see you again for next week. It's going to be fun. And I'll give you a call after the stream is over. But thanks so much for jumping on. Ken, KBD Productions TV, if you're still around, thanks so much for jumping in here as well. I appreciate you always, my friend. Michael Domeyer, of course. You stay frosty as well. You already know. And with that, let's just round it out here real quick. just in case my boy Jay Nepper watches this on the replay, because I like saying it at the very end. Because we're just going to round it out just for right now. As always, this is Ian K officially closing out the stream for December 17th, guys. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why you stay tuned for that next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Good times, everybody. Lots of fun tonight. And I got to tell you, I'm so glad I did the snowballs. This is actually kind of fun. And I had to make up actually for that whack mint chocolate Twinkie from last week. I mean, that was so boo-boo. It really was, for sure. Vivian George, yes, anything from Lindt is actually really good for the chocolate. Good stuff all across the board. Kyle Broussard, take care, take care. To all of you guys, a very happy holiday. I'm going to see you right before Christmas Eve, obviously the day before on the 23rd. So we'll have a good time next Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard. Dom, you all stay safe as well. Thank you so much for jumping. Ciao to you as well, Annette. It is all good. And let me just jump on over here because we're going to stop this recording. Again, new review tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we have the replay on Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Critical East Japan, you already know. By the power of Grayskull, you have just been peeped this out. You have just been peeped out. That's kind of cringy, but all right. I love you guys. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Watch for the new content tomorrow, and I will definitely talk to you on the next stream. And here we go here at the very end. With that, I think we'll just jump on. Here we go. Where is my control? There it is. Boom. There we go. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. I will let you know how everything goes with my sister's goodies since we get our smart home and everything, all that stuff set up there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sister, I'll give you a call in just a few. I appreciate you jumping on. Lots of love to all of you guys as well. Till next time, I will definitely catch you on the flip side, which is the next review. And then next week on the stream, we'll see what's up. So with that, peace. I'm out.